Okay, so here's a picture of the 8-inch Junior. South Bend 8-inch Junior I picked up in rough shape. They made this lathe in 31, 32, and I think partially 1933. Super rare, hard to get, and I've been wanting one for a long time. So I finally got lucky and found one on Craigslist. Picked it up for a song. As you can see, it was in bad shape. However, I found a guy. Found a guy who hooked me up. And there it is now. Now to some people this is just a nonsense filled video of nothing we're interested in. But for anybody who knows anything about South Bend lathes and the 8-inch Junior and how rare it is, you're going to be excited because there's not too many videos about these lathes. Very few of them. There are some things that make these cool. The rarity being number one. Simplicity number two. So I picked this thing up for a song, $250. And I put a couple of bucks into it to get it right. I'm into it for what it's worth, or I'm into it for less than what it's worth, which is a good thing. It's not perfect. I explained to him that I wouldn't use this lathe. There's no reason to use a lathe like this when you have so many others that this here, this is just a thing of beauty to set up and have in a corner and admire. So anyway, this is an 8-inch South Bend. There's an idiot on eBay trying to sell an 8-inch when it's actually a 9-inch. And I emailed him twice to tell him that he shouldn't do that to people, because if somebody gets an 9-inch expecting an 8-inch, they're going to be pissed off. Now, one of the dead giveaways are the legs. The older lathes, 30s and down, have legs like this. The other thing is the headstock, I notice, is different than the 9-inch, where this fastens. But other than that, it's all about the swing, baby. And then, of course, the little plaque on the side here that dictates, which, we're going to work on that plaque at some point. But I explained to Ed, who did a hell of a good job considering what he had to work with, that I didn't want to make a showpiece. I wanted just a nice, clean, good-looking lathe. And I got to tell you, I think he did better of a job than I expected. Very happy with this 8-inch Junior. Anyway, there's another little honey I have back here while we're on the South Bend tip. This is a 9-inch. This is a beautiful, beautiful little, let me see if I can pull it out a little bit. Watch out, dog. Stupid animal. Always gets in the way. Always in harm's way. Anyway, so here's my little honey South Bend. This is one of the first lathes I started collecting. And this thing, I love the Japan black. It really, really makes a lathe look cool and time correct. But anyway, that's my little South Bend. I had this thing up for sale for what I paid for it on eBay for a long time, and everybody kicked tires and wasted my time. And I decided, how could I sell something this beautiful? And I should keep it. As soon as I pulled it, the emails rolled in. Everybody wanted it. Well, kiss my ass, you lost your opportunity. That's what you get for being asleep at the wheel. There's a 1927 South Bend. Back here I have a Boxford, which is one of the next restos. This one I'm going to do myself because it's way too much work to put on somebody. So I'm just going to rip this thing apart and clean it, paint it the original green. I know it's horrible, but it's time correct, period correct, so that's what we're going with. So this is like England's answer to the South Bend back then. I've got to tell you, this Boxford is a hell of a good lathe when up and running. In the back I have a Wade that I'm looking to sell if anybody's interested, with a full set of collets. You know what, it's on eBay or Craigslist for $1,500. I would let that go $750 out the door if somebody from YouTube wants it. $750 out the door, you can have that Wade, and that's a hell of a good deal if you like Wade lathes. I've been collecting these Atlas leg sets and the wood platforms also, because they are great pedestals to put lathes on. Here's one of my little Rivettes This is a honey. Oh, I love this thing. I hate to see it like this, but one day it's going to get set up probably on an Atlas bench. So here's a saw I'm selling also if anybody's interested. And we all know how to get in touch with me, so don't act like it's difficult to find me. And I don't look at responses, posts usually, or any messages from YouTube. It just gets out of control. I can't keep up. But I have this up for $950. Again, $700. I don't know, $650 to anybody watching YouTube who likes it. This little jet's going to be up for sale. I'm going to sell this for $500 because it is brand new practically, and it was $1,300, barely even used. That's a good little saw. I got this dake, which was, I didn't even know the color of it. It was so dirty when I bought it, but this is what I'm going to keep somewhere in the middle of the two. And as far as, well, this corner, next is, I'm going to work on this corner. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to set that light up, and I'm going to set this whole little corner up somehow. New press I just scored, nice piece. But yeah, this is going to get dealt with at some time, as soon as I can find time, which I never do find time. But anyway, yep, little Baldor. There's what I use if I do anything, and this uni mat I just scored, which I think is adorable. So I got a project I needed a small lathe for, so I'm going to roll with that. And this ML7 was on eBay for like 15 minutes, had 20 watches, and I just made the deal and pulled the trigger on it. You see a Myford online, you just got to buy it. You know, the vice is just resting there. I bought it for $15 at Cabin Fever. So yeah, the Myford's a new addition. And the other South Bend, 1906 treadle lathe. I found somebody that can help me sandcast and make treadles. So he said if I could get 5 guys together, it'd be cost effective. So if anybody needs a treadle, get in touch with me for this particular lathe. This is going to get sold, this little grinder. The next one, oh, look at that. The next one to get restored is this Myford. We were looking at it today. This is a special little lathe. Late 50s Myford Super 7. You know, it's seen better days, but it's a nice piece, and I have every attachment, even the quick change gearbox, which is very sought after. So, and the power cross slide, of course, gotta have that. So the Myford's getting done next, and here is a South Bend. This is my have it all South Bend. Every little attachment I could find, I have for this South Bend, including this crazy turret. Bought a lathe with all the attachments in the world. The guy told me it was a 9-inch, and it was actually a 10K. So that worked out perfect. So I had this plate for sale at Cabin Fever, and the guy didn't believe it was for a heavy 10 when actually it was for a heavy 10. And I decided, well, let's go ahead and make a spacer so I can put it on my 10K. And that is a beautiful little T-slot table or faceplate, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I ended up keeping it. I was selling for $150. Guy should have grabbed it. He lost out. Anyway, it's late. I'm tired. I just wanted to show off the 8-inch. And of course, I know you guys that are into this like I am love seeing this stuff. The closings. And the list goes on. The Rockwell. Oh, I love it back here. This is my Zen room. Yep. And don't worry, one day when I retire, I will set everything up. Yep, had to have 2 Atlas vices because they're so hard to get. You know, couldn't have just one. I found 2 and I got 2. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's time I kind of wrap it up and go home. It's been a long ass day, long ass week for that matter. And of course, How could you forget the room with all the tooling? Gotta have tooling, right? What am I gonna do with all this crap? I envision it now. My kids will be at a garage sale when I'm long gone, selling this stuff for pennies on the dollar. Yep. Yep. You know, I get some guys who don't like the fact that I'm not a machinist and I own all this. I experience jealousy quite often. Idiots who are into the machining and actually use the machines a lot more often than I do and have the balls to talk shit about me simply because I'm not a full-on machinist. I'm a hobbyist. And I really don't use the stuff unless I really need to. You know, sometimes I need to make something for the shop, or trim something, and that's all I do with it. Well, you can all kiss my ass, because I don't give a rat's ass what people think about me. I collect machines because I like them. I enjoy them and I appreciate them. And just because I beat you to the punch and acted faster and hit buy now or made the right offer at the right time and beat you out of having it, don't hate me. Try to move your ass faster and beat me to the punch. So, any haters out there, you can all just kiss my ass. Any jealous people, kiss my ass. I don't get jealous of people. I respect people when they have accomplished, when they've succeeded, even where I have not. Hats off to them. That's a cool little piece. Anyway, look, enough of the gibberish. My new younger fans might not be interested in this bullshit. As you can see, I have my work cut out for me here. We'll do a little walkthrough across the Bridgeport. Can't forget the Bridgeport. I mean, this is all I really use. This and that dual when I need to do something. And yeah, I know everything's in disarray. Everything is kind of screwy over here. But I'm also pretty stoked about a new parts washer. We're going to be selling these parts washers, by the way. Red one's already sold so far. The heated one is for sale. I only have about 2 minutes to show the new parts washer. This, I think, is cool as hell. Pretty groovy. Look at that parts washer. So we got a vacuum on the top to suck the fumes out. We just threw this together. Well, basically, this is going to be a little cleaning situation for everything. There's the pump I have to set up. Yeah, we're going to make this nice. This is our new parts washer. So if anybody needs a saw or a parts washer, I have them for sale. And if anybody knows about the problem where you step on your brakes and your windows work and your tachometer goes crazy on these old Chevys, let me know, please. I know it's got to be a bad ground somewhere, but it's kind of kicking my ass right now. And if anybody wants to buy a little IS, 5-speed, $5,000, bottom line, take it out of here. $5,000, that's right. IS, it's original IS. What else do we got here? Skip over to this little honey. This engine made 670 before nitrous, 850 after nitrous. Yup. This thing screams, makes power right to $7,000. 468 cubic inch solid roller. Big old 8-inch dampener. And then the CUDA. CUDA's on the mend. CUDA's almost there. Another project. Yep, going with the X-Pipe. 3-inch exhaust right out the back. Solid roller 340, making almost 500 or maybe 500, I'm told. That's for sale if anybody wants it. That's for sale if anybody wants it. That's for sale. It's got 40,000 original miles. Lot for sale. If you're serious, you're interested, come on down. I got this wagon, 4MATIC. All right, look. We're hitting that 15-minute marker. Just want to let everybody know I got an 8-inch South Bend. I'm very happy, very stoked. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the lathes. And I am the ultimate tool nerd. That I am. So, keep shopping for the 8-inch. Make it look like that. Enjoy it and respect it. Dog's looking for rats. Dumbass!